Right, good evening, everyone. For Saturday evening's boxing, we've got big card from Birmingham tomorrow, but we've got, as Liam said last night, the appetizer before the main course Easter Sunday tomorrow. So we've got Josh Warrington and Asad Asif Khan. Obviously, just fought Michael Conlan, boys. I think it's about a month or two ago. Reason this fight's been made, let's be honest, is because they want to fight. They want to match up, Warrington and Conlan, don't they? Probably towards the end of this year. If Conlan wins the Euro, probably do it for the European belt, won't they?
Yeah. It's just to set up. You let me just put some light on in here. I can't see a thing.
Yeah, look, for me, I was all for Conlan and Warrington being the next fight after Warrington has his first fight back, and obviously Conlan's first fight. Putting Conlan in for the Europeans risky. That for me has banana skin written all over it, which could take away from what Warrington Conlan's always been an intriguing fight. Now, obviously, it's about who's got more left, but there is a chance we don't get to see it if Conlan slips up for the. Well, I say slips up for the European. For me, it will be an underdog going in.
Listen, don't be surprised if Josh Warrington doesn't get flatlined tonight.
I know. Evening, Luca and Pat. Hope you both well, lads.
This kid's gonna have to go for it. But his game, Conlan struggled at times with him when he shouldn't have done, really. This kid shouldn't be anywhere near either of them's level. But
Josh Warrington's got a new hairline and teeth now, so he's going to be flying. He's going to be flying. The opponent for Paddy was absolutely horrendous, Matt.
I'm not quite sure how to take that, Luca.
Oh, I love Luca. Brilliant.
Look, yeah, Khan is a limited opponent, let's be really honest. And the fact that he possibly won the last 2 rounds in the fight with Conlan, I think says more about Michael Conlan than it does about Khan, if that makes sense.
Did you actually survive watching 8 rounds of that? I turned it off after 30 seconds, I think.
We watched it together, didn't we?
Yeah, we were watching it kind of out the corner of our eye.
It was clashing with another card.
It was on the other card. I think I watched it on the stream.
Because the main event was Harlem Eubank, but we were covering the Jonas Price fight, weren't we? I think it was the same day as that.
Right, here we go.
Oh, yeah, he is. Luca Warrington actually had a competitive enough fight against Kakachi at Wembley. Warrington, for me, is less washed than Conlan. I'd agree with that.
Josh Warrington shouldn't have retired when he did for me. I think there were signs of plenty left in that fight.
I think Warrington would beat Conlan, to be honest.
I think he beats him 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Warrington's got more left to offer than Conlan, 100%. I mean, let's get through however long this fight lasts. But for me, Warrington has a lot more left to offer.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that one, John, to be honest. But I would say Warrington will win, but you never know.
No, absolutely not safe. No.
Headbutt. Oh, yeah. Pat's on the headbutts already for Warrington. Love it.
Oh, he'll want to look after his new hairline and stuff.
He's been in Turkey, Pat. He ain't going to be throwing that.
Thickness, listen, mate. Thickness on that new hairline, that rug. He don't have to worry about headbutts, does he? Because he can get him through that. It's like wearing an head guard, man.
Yeah, that's a great point, Luca, as well. Jordan Gill, with the greatest of respect to Jordan Gill, I love him and his story's great. He stopped Michael Conlan. Josh Warrington's been fighting, as Luca said here, Kakachi, Wood, Lopez, Lara.
Yeah, it's undeniable Josh Warrington's been at a better level, and his losses have come at a better level than Conlan's have as well. I mean, good work to the body here from Josh as we're halfway through the first rounds. I think for him, he almost felt as if he'd let himself down by losing to Lopez and then losing to Kakachi. And that's why he said he was going to retire rather than what he had left. He felt like he'd let himself down, his fans down, obviously his dad in the corner. So I think that played a bigger part in Josh deciding to step back, like he said.
Yeah.
I think, remembering back, I think I might have scored that a draw or even 4. Yes, brother. All right, Mitch.
Hi, Mitch. Hope you're well, mate.
Mitch.
I was disappointed for Josh, and I think he made a rash decision, and I think this is proof that he didn't mean what he said. I think the interviews with his dad, Sean, after, he also said that he thought Josh had fights left in the tank, and he was surprised by the decision, but he'd support him. So, but Conlan, I don't think that's as even a fight as what they'll make it out to be. I think Josh Warrington runs through him. Honestly, I do. I can see Josh stopping him inside 6 rounds. I really can. Conlon's never got right after being stopped the first time. He's never been right since. Fantastic boxer, but he don't hit hard enough to not have to worry about getting slept himself. Do you get what I mean? Because he can never really stop anyone coming forward. He got Lee Wood down.
He's a really
finish him.
Not been the same since Lee Wood did that.
No.
He boxed great in the Wood.
He's a really cute boxer, but he's got absolutely no punching power, and that's what his issue is.
Chin.
Yeah. I mean, look, we've seen more from Josh Warrington in his first 3 minutes than we saw in 8 rounds from Conlon against Khan, if we're being honest.
Rubbish, that fight.
Yeah, Josh's style is, Josh Warrington's not the slickest boxer we've ever seen, is he? So, he'll come after it.
He is the proverbial dynamo. It's like you wind him up and just let him go. And that's not necessarily his dad that's given him that style. Because if you look at some of the other fighters his dad trains, they don't all box with that same buzzsaw style. In fact, I think my brother had his last 2 or 3 fights under Sean O'Hagan. At least 2. I think he boxed Gary Sykes under him. And my brother boxed nothing like Warrington, more jab and move. So he just likes a tear up, loves a tear up.
He does. Isn't Maxi in that stable, Jay?
Yeah, Maxi's in the corner as well tonight.
He's in the corner.
Reece Mould as well. Reece Mould.
Yeah, look, I think
sorry, just come up on the screen.
Yeah, look,
that's the only reason I knew. I didn't see him.
Josh has maximised his potential fully, and he's probably gone above what he expected to do. And look, you want to end your career in the best way possible. And if we didn't think he had anything left to offer, we would be the first to say, why has he come back? He should have left it on finishing at Wembley. That was a close fight. But we're not saying he's going to make another tilt at World Honours, but he can do enough within the fights that are being spoken about for him, can't he?
Yeah, definitely. I think, just going back to a previous, I think the Kelly Ajako fight were a draw.
It was close, wasn't it?
I backed it a draw as well, to be fair. So I think that clouded my judgment. But no, I gave it 95-95. I scored it best I could. But yeah, I don't see Ajako winning a world title off the back of that.
I
don't mean he's going into a world title fight, but I haven't seen anything yet to make me think he's world level.
Consistency. Ajako needs consistency. The fact he stepped into this on a week's notice pretty much. Because he threw his hand up. No one really wants to fight him, do they? I mean, I scored it 96-94 Ajako, but I can make the case for the draw like he had it, Jay. It was
body shots by Josh.
Close competitive fight. But yeah, look, Ajako needs another tilt at the British Commonwealth titles and then build himself towards world honours that way.
The thing is, he's not got the most fan-friendly style, Ajako, so
that's why you don't get fights, because he's tough, he's awkward as an opponent, and he's not that great to watch. For
no
us,
one wants to fight him.
For us, he's great. I think some of the stuff that he does with his head movement and angles that he finds is really nice to watch. But in terms of fan friendly, he's not an hard puncher. He don't get many stoppages, and he's awkward. So yeah, I think he's going to struggle. He might get a late call up, a bit like Ishmael Davis.
Just very ready kind of thing.
He's a cute boxer. That's what he is. He's not a puncher. He's a boxer.
Yeah, Josh needs to step on the gas, let his hands go, not let the body work.
Who's the light middle British champion? That's not Rafferty, is it? Or is it?
No, he's lower than that, isn't he? Rafferty.
I'll check now.
No, Rafferty's super welterweight, isn't he? Or is Rafferty super lightweight?
I got that wrong. I thought he was super lightweight, but maybe I've got it wrong.
It might be then. That's light welter, isn't it? Come on, Statman.
I'm on it.
Well, it can't be that important because neither of us is jumping. We watch boxing every 2 seconds.
Jack Rafferty's super lightweight, super welterweight is vacant.
So why don't they just make a Ajako and Davis for that?
Keevan's Irish, though. He won't fight for the British title.
He will. Fucking hell, he was born in Croydon, mate.
I know, but he won't fight for the British.
He's not Irish, though, is he? He's English. He was born in Croydon, mate.
Well,
was it the British on the line when he fought Troy?
Huh?
No, Troy wasn't. Troy wasn't. He lost it to Josh Kelly, didn't he?
Yeah, I thought that was British.
Yeah, so that must have been vacant for ages. Then the
Josh Kelly vacated it, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone's had it since.
So that's what I mean, because it went Cheeseman, Troy, Kelly, did it?
Yeah, I can't think of anyone else in there.
He's Northern Irish anyway.
Yeah, he's
over here and get British title fought for.
Well, yeah, but
he'll fight for the British, I think. I don't.
But
I don't think
look, he needs some form of. Yeah, I'm fully aware of that, mate. But he's English, Luca. He was born in Croydon. He moved over there when he was
Talking
about
of
8.
Kelly, does he have anything scheduled? Not that I've heard, actually, Luca.
He's in gym. That all I see on his socials is him hitting a bag and doing dancing and stuff like that, showing us how slick he is. But nothing in terms of fights.
Just kind of shows you about Wasserman and their kind of lack of dates and all that kind of jazz as well with the Channel 5. Evening, Humble Apple Crumble. Hope you are.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, look, that's another thing, isn't it? Josh Kelly obviously got cast aside by Sky after the Avanesian loss. Wasserman have picked him up, but they haven't really done a lot for him.
I think
they've done him that fight in the academy next to the Stadium of Light, Roy fight, and then obviously his last fight was a Riyadh season.
They've got him and Harlem Eubank, haven't they, on Wasserman?
Stick him in with each other. Josh Kelly can make 147 still. I know he's fought at 154, but he's he's
moved up after the Avanesian.
There's talk of Harlem fighting Cattrall.
Say again, pal.
There's talk of Harlem fighting Cattrall.
Oh God, that's a mismatch. I think.
But now the noise is if Taylor gets through Esserman, they're going to do Jesus.
Yeah,
Josh leaving himself wide open here.
Did you see the round table with Haney and
comedy gold? Absolutely.
Tiafimo, man, he should be a comedian. Did you see how he was dressed? He had
dungarees on, a box of frogs,
a hat. He had these wired earphones. He kept putting his wired earphones in, like listening to music.
Yeah,
Ramirez never said a word.
I know, because Ramirez is actually a normal human being.
Normal guy. He just sat there thinking, what the hell am I doing here?
What Warrington is swinging for the hills here, boys.
He is, but he might gas. Khan has took everything he's hitting with so far and has not even buckled.
Which is what Conlon said as well. Conlon said the shots were just bouncing off of him. There was no reaction from him.
Yeah, Conlon's shots would bounce off me, let alone a professional fighter. He can't punch. Please don't stick it on me if I ever see you, Michael. I don't want to test that theory. Sounds good on the internet, not in real life.
Nice 1-2 there from Josh as they try and bail Jay out from a potential fight with Michael Conlon.
No, I'll have to get behind Paul Venice, mate. That's next.
He's out,
good evening, Paul, if you're watching. Referee warning Khan for punches around the back of the head here. But again, that is how Josh comes in. Josh comes in so low with his head down that it's just where punches are landing. I don't think it's Khan's plan.
Oh, good shot. He looks sloppy though, Josh, but he knows he's in front of an opponent that he can be sloppy.
Yeah.
It's difficult because, if he was just boxing off of his jab and it was a bit cagey, we'd be telling him to open up. So he's opening up. So we've got to be glad he's having a go. But Khan is looking for that left hand over the top, which with how low Warrington's carrying his right hand is there for him if he can connect.
Yeah. Kel Bridges at ringside with his dad. Kid Galahad there as well.
God, I haven't heard of Kid Galahad in a while. Since Kiko absolutely leathered him.
I think he's probably only just started to come round from that.
Oh, that was
he's just about being able to walk outside.
The worst thing about it is the referee let him get up and let him do it to him again.
It was brutal.
No, the worst thing about it was Domingo just standing there in the corner even when he is flat.
He got chinned at the end of one round, sat down for a minute, got chinned again at the start.
He just let him up, didn't he? And said, well, you're not hurt enough then. Right, okay, check this one out. Go on, Kiko. Awful, that. Awful. Josh Warrington's winning this fight, but...
He's won every round,
He's making hard work of it. I don't know why he don't just slow down a little bit. Get behind his jab and dissect this kid. And he could stop him. Yeah, but he's like scrapping with him and it's just too uneasy.
This is the thing, it's a 10-rounder. It's not as if he's in a rush, is he?
I don't even know what his old girlfriend looks like, Lucas, so I wouldn't be able to pick his fucking new one out of a lineup if my life depended on it. I haven't even seen him. Why is he there?
Yeah, Sonny's there because he manages someone that was fighting on before the bell.
I couldn't say I'm bothered enough to know who his fucking girlfriend is, if I'm honest. Yeah. He don't box anymore, so I couldn't give a shit. Another one that's retired too early, similar to Warrington. A little bit different, but, I think Sonny still had a lot left.
Sonny was a world champion pretty much right up until he retired.
2 fights before he retired.
Mm.
No, 3, didn't he? He got stopped, then he boxed, didn't he? And then he boxed Yafai.
So yeah,
He had a win, didn't he? Win an interim or something
He
stupid
beat
like that.
Curiel, didn't he?
yeah, Brie Curiel for the interim.
Galal's actually been announced, hasn't he, now tonight?
Yeah, they've announced that June.
What were the
15th.
announcements tonight? There was a couple.
Yeah,
Who were the others?
Galal's fighting. Who's he fighting again?
It's ex-unified world champion.
Yeah, it's a good fight. And then Conor Walker against
Liam Taylor.
Yeah, that's a good fight. And then what's the other fight on that card?
Shabad Masood and
Shabad
Peace
Masood
McGrill.
against
That's the one. I saw a
That's
picture,
cracking
and when I
fight.
refreshed my
I
social media,
fancied Shabazz to win that one, you know.
who's he fighting again?
Peter McGrail.
Not sure. McGrail, it's hard, you know.
Yeah. So Galal Yafai is fighting Francesco Rodriguez.
Go on, Luca. Don't
Rodriguez.
tell me you've never had 50 bar down in a brass. You're a liar if you say you haven't. Don't knock it till you've tried it, brother.
Pat Brown's back out.
Pat Brown's on that card as well. Jesus.
June 21st in Birmingham.
That's not me admitting that I've done such a thing. But I'm just saying I've heard things like that do happen.
Right. So we've gone from challenging Michael Conlon to having to clear up what you haven't done. It's going well.
Mate, I was brought up in a knocking shot.
There you go, Francisco Rodriguez. Former unified world champ.
Which is a good fight. If you can't get Galal's case, if you can't get the full belt, then defend your interim against someone worthy, and Rodriguez is definitely that, isn't he?
I think Galal's good enough to unify me.
Galal's
I really
quality,
do.
Man, I love watching him fight.
It's the strength and power. So he's as good as Sonny in terms of footwork and movement, but he's got what Sonny hasn't got, which is strength and power. Yeah. And I don't mean that in a disrespect. Obviously, Sonny's got strength and he's got some power, but not enough to, go with the likes of Bam and stuff. But I think Galal could stand with and trade with Bam and have success. I'm not saying he beats him, but on his night, I believe he could.
I mean, I don't know what power Sonny's got, to be fair. He probably benches a pencil, for God's sake.
What, with hula hoop on either end? I'm just working out.
Love you, Sonny.
Fuck me. No, look, yeah, I think you're right. One thing fighters don't have at the lower weight class is that power to hurt and stop opponents regularly. Bam's obviously got it, and Galal's showing that he's got it from what we've seen so far. It's just, can he do it at the top ends?
That's better.
If I allow his hand, yes, Pat, definitely. Yeah, it's going to be a close one.
There's no way you spent £50 in Croatia, man.
Oh my God.
Shot out for Warrington so far.
Agree, yeah.
Yeah. Why does Dave Allen always look like he's just finished training?
Yeah, it looks like he's been sparring.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? It looks like they're interviewing him at gym. He's always scruffy.
In between sparring rounds.
Yeah. There he is, lad. Let's get it on, lad.
Seeing Callum
I'm
Smith,
confident that McGrail gets beat by Shabazz.
I think he beats Masood myself.
I do.
Seeing Callum Smith ringside is just reminding me about the talks of him and Benavidez for July.
Oh yeah. Stevens
for that WBC belt.
Oh, saying that, the dad's there just in back shot of the guest boxers that were. Where do you listen? Where do people listen to them? Because they're commentating on it, aren't they?
No, they're just doing scorecards for
right.
For Matchroom.
Oh, that's that new thing that Matchroom have brought in, haven't they?
Guest judges, quite literally called. They've really gone all out with the name guest judges.
Jesus.
Guest judges.
Warrington is struggling a little bit here now because Khan's staying at range. If you look, he's boxing all right at the minute now.
Yeah, I agree, Luca. I think Shabazz can outbox McGrail. I do.
This is how the Conlon fight looks. He came on from round 5 onwards. Khan actually started having a bit of success.
Keeps looking for that left uppercut.
Yeah,
and he's caught him with it twice. Not full on, but if it progresses,
he did land with that one, didn't he?
Did JFT say that he could knock him dead?
Well, yeah, there'll be no talk about potential fighting on if he gets stopped in this fight. No chance.
Absolutely not. He will retire then. What's he keep pointing to? Has his gum shield come out?
That's the second time his gum shield's come out now, Khan.
He'll lose a point if he's not careful.
Sports Direct, ball in the bag job.
Yeah.
Love it.
Someone like John Latham as well. John Latham is the type of referee that will get pissed off by this and take points.
Yeah.
Yeah, no nonsense out of Latham.
On the subject of Latham, he stopped Kane Baker at the right time against Vicioli earlier as well.
Did he get busted up? Yeah.
Absolutely caning him on the ropes, and you were just waiting for the referee to jump in, and he'd done a good job. But Baker was on his way to a bad stoppage, though.
Yeah, I agree, Luca.
I don't think he's doing it on purpose. I think it's just a shit gum shield. It's not a fitted one, and it just keeps popping out because he's getting caught with hooks, so it's flinging him to the side. I saw it come out the last time.
What did you say, Liam? Sports Direct job on Fight Day?
Yeah, boiling the bag, £1.50. Boil him in a
he's backstage boiling the kettle, doing it in a cup, moulding it.
We've all used them before now. I've used them for rugby and boxing.
I was going to say that I use them for rugby as well.
Yeah. £1.50 Sports Direct.
There you go. Whoever said it's John Latham, it's not John Latham.
It's Mark Lyson, not John Latham, for God's sake. Mark Lyson. And it was Mark Lyson that's done the Kane Baker stoppage as well earlier. I've just got the wrong name.
Oh, I thought it was John Latham. Who did that?
Oh, mate, I've not paid enough attention tonight. I've just seen this.
I don't know. License.
Khan's cut. Khan's cut.
Two cuts above and under the eye, isn't it?
Yeah. I tell you what, this guy will get more work because he's tough as old boots, man. And he's a novice, really, isn't he?
19
he hasn't fought too much. To be fair, he's probably made a decent bit of
my
coin.
mistake. I thought when he fought Conlon, he was something like he'd had like 6 fights. Am I wrong there? Yes, that guy.
19-6.
Right. Take no notice then. He's not a novice. Look at all that claret.
He will get more work.
Definitely. Oh, definitely, because he's putting up really good accounts of himself against, a world champion and a world level fighter.
I guarantee you, though. So he's fought Conlon at super feather. I think this is at super feather.
Yeah.
Name me a super feather who can bang that's on up and coming.
I can't name
Who's the guy in Frank Warren that keeps banging everybody? Oh, he's a bantamweight, isn't
Turner.
He? Turner, yeah, he's brilliant. I think he's a bit light. I think he's like a bantam.
He's lighter than this.
Yeah, he's a really bantam, good. I think. But anyway, the point stands. Any super feather up and coming that's in their prime and can punch will take Khan out easily. It's just because he's the perfect opponent for Warrington and Conlon at this stage of their career.
Shock horror, clash heads. I think that's what gave him the cut over his left eye.
Josh Warrington headbutts? No, I've never seen that before.
I've not myself. I think it's the new hair. He don't know exactly where his forehead is.
In his eyes, mate. It's getting in his way.
He's gone from sat ringside looking like he were having chemo to having a flipping ponytail.
He spent that Wembley money well. That's what we can say.
Hasn't he just? Teeth's not so much of a problem because he was a dental hygienist, dental technician.
He was a dentist, wasn't he? Yeah.
I don't think he was a dentist. I think he made the teeth, more of a technician.
He was,
They used to love showing that in the build-ups, didn't they?
Yeah, but he'll get a disc. Oh, good shot. It hit him
yes, Josh,
above his ear.
More like it.
He had his head turned though. It could be a back of the head shot.
That's an equilibrium job.
That's it. I'm glad you said it. I was going to say it and then realised I probably wouldn't be able to.
Say what?
Yeah.
Finish him.
Made his legs wobble.
Yeah. He chinned him.
JFT for your audio descriptive needs.
He whacked him on really hard.
The punch landed and he fell over. It was hard.
Josh took one there.
Slippered. Yeah. Khan's in this fight. Even though he's losing it, he's a risk still. Look, there you go. Where's he based, Khan? Is he based over here?
No idea.
Oh, he's going in a second if he takes many more of these.
Oh, it's a good shot.
He was announced as fighting out of Calcutta, India, so...
That uppercut for Khan.
Skipping some punishment.
Warrington needs to be really careful.
I know, Warrington's wide open himself as well, to be honest.
Gum Shield, point.
This time next week, it'll be it'll be Yard Arthur probably at this time. Then Eubank Ben next.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for that. Even my missus says, "Oh, I'm watching that."
She coming
She
on the
never watches
Watchalong.
fights. Isn't no. But yeah, she'll be probably will. She'll be sat in here somewhere.
1 point for the Gum Shield falling out, so a 10-7 round.
Yeah.
And it is a cheap. You could see it's a cheap, see-through, clear Gum Shield. So it's probably left his proper Gum Shield.
Any thoughts, Jay, on the Whittaker Cameron weigh-in earlier?
I haven't seen it. I saw Whittaker. I saw a clip on Sky Sports of Whittaker stood at the scales. Why was there an issue?
No issues or anything.
Right.
Just
12-7, I think Whittaker
very long face to face.
Yeah.
Whittaker's going to get his game face on. A lot of people are going to get shocked tomorrow. I think he's going to come in there and do the business. I really do.
I think Whittaker wins comfortably as well. I think he'll just outbox him tomorrow night.
Because I think Liam Cameron's got it in his head that he had him and he's not as good and he's this and he's that. He is as good. He just underestimated Liam and had a shitty night. And I think tomorrow he'll turn
visibly
up.
In way better shape. I know you don't win a fight by being in. Well, you do win a fight by being in better shape, but
dialed in as well.
Looking aesthetically better, but he looks.
He's dialed in, man. Yeah. I think he's dialed in.
Yeah, I know, Luca. I think that was a little bit harsh, to be fair.
Do you think he'll have Whittaker on his shorts tomorrow?
Possibly.
There'll be something either in the ring walk.
I think he'll do something like that to try.
Yeah, I heard he was late for the real one too, the ceremonial, Luca. I heard he was late for both. Mind games, maybe, I don't know.
Just doesn't care.
Warrington sort of pushed him then. He did catch him with a shot, but he pushed him.
Yeah, remember when Fury hit Dillian White with that uppercut and then pushed him over afterwards?
Yeah.
Just forearms.
It happened Wood do that to Warrington? Didn't he uppercut him and then pushed him and Warrington went like that, didn't he? Yeah, the Dillian White one was brutal. Still to this day, though, one of the most brutal knockouts got to be when Povetkin knocked White out.
When
it made it worse because it was in silence, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in Eddie's back garden, wasn't it? Yeah.
Just went bah.
You just heard it 10 times more, and then just a Russian corner going absolutely.
Yeah, they went absolutely mental.
But that fight didn't happen now because of Povetkin popping. So that fight never happened.
Oh, that's Dillian White's line at his next press conference, isn't it? I've never had that loss to Povetkin.
Well, that's what Devin was saying at the sit down. He goes to Tio, have you got your O? Have you got your O?
Oh, I saw that, yeah. I saw that. And then, so Tio said, yeah, but Muhammad Ali had 5 losses. And
then he goes, have you got your Ring magazine? And Devin goes, I had the Ring magazine. He goes, yeah,
Plural.
had.
Plural.
Yeah.
Plural.
And then, what else did he say? He goes, yeah, well, I don't sue, so...
At one point, you could see Haney were getting so... He was like, will you shut the fuck up?
Haney doesn't have the wit of Garcia and Tio.
Do you know what it is with Tio as well? Tio's not necessarily got the wit, but he's got the balls to just say whatever.
Yeah, he just says it. Yeah,
so he's not bothered. You know, he don't get embarrassed. Whereas Haney will say things thinking, right, how's this going to be perceived, or how am I going to look? Tio's just verbal diarrhea.
Yeah, I love it. Morinong CJ, we're in round number 7. Warrington's won every round plus a knockdown so far. Pretty easy to score, I think, boys.
Yeah, pretty conclusive, isn't it?
So 8 rounds up after 7 of 10.
And that's not a JFT scorecard, by the way. That's genuine.
I do miss the scorecard. To be honest with you, the boxing's been so bad the last.
It's been crap. We haven't had to
because
they've all been one-sided fights, really. So we haven't really had to score any, have we?
Well, it'd be nice to actually watch some decent, a full card of competitive fights next week.
Hopefully they turn out.
Tomorrow's not bad. Tomorrow
will be decent. Yeah, it will.
I think Fraser Clark's going to get beat. I think Tete's going to beat him, me.
Yeah, look, it wouldn't surprise me, you know.
I really do. I've just got a horrible feeling, and I like Fraser Clark. I picked him to beat Wardley, and I backed him to pick Wardley, should I say.
I backed him in the rematch too.
I've just got a horrible feeling that, that might be the upset of the night on the cards because he's the favourite, isn't he? He's a heavy favourite, I think.
Heavy favourite.
Yeah, his favourite. Me and Luca were talking yesterday. Luke said he's 5-1 to win on points, which I think is ridiculous. Fraser's in a big puncher.
I think I'll back that. I think I'll have a piece of that.
Yeah, that's
A tenner
crazy,
on
isn't
that.
it?
Yeah, that's mental. Do you remember what did I bet him play the other week? And it was like 100 to 1.
On the Cambosis fight,
wasn't it?
Wiley to win on points.
That was it, Wiley to win on points. And that wasn't a million miles off, was it? Well, it was by the score.
No, it was a billion.
But in real life, in reality, that fight was very close. It wasn't a fucking 10-2 or whatever he won it by.
Jay, I've got Tete 25-1 to win by decision here.
Yeah, I think I might have some of that instead.
Fraser's 6-1, and yeah, Tete 25-1.
Yeah, that's mad because Fraser's in a big knockout guy, man.
I mean, Fraser's 1-8 to win by stoppage. Tete's 12-1. I mean, 25-1 Tete.
Yeah, I've just got a horrible feeling. I just didn't like the way he lost. Obviously, it was just an anomaly that could have happened to anybody, but it's a bad way to lose, and on a big platform in a fight that within himself he really thought he'd win. I know a lot of them think they're going to win fights, but deep down within himself, he thought he got hard done by. To get absolutely blasted out of there like that in front of most of the eyes of the world, have a big dent on your face. So he must have had surgery. That's a lot to come back to.
Turkey sorted it all out on the night or something, or the day after.
Turkey missed the main event to go be with him, didn't he?
It's a tough fight. Tete is a dog, mate.
It's a lot to come back from as well. Like, it's not just getting back in the ring and fighting, it's them taking shots on fight night. It's how much does he trust his chin? Is he going to be...
Yeah, exactly. First time he's hit on the whiskers.
That's what I mean. It's not like you look at footballers when they break the cheek and they wear a plastic mask for 6 months after.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's not a sport where you really get that many head injuries. He's had surgery, 6 months ago? Is it that fight? 6-8 months?
October, it's a 6 months ago.
6 months. That's not long at a heavyweight. All right, Tete's not a massive puncher, but he's a heavyweight nonetheless.
He's a bigger puncher than Fraser for me.
Yeah, Fraser's not a big puncher.
Fraser's too amateur.
If Fraser was a big puncher in the second Wardley fight, he buzzed Wardley, if you remember, not just before he got poleaxed. If he'd have been a puncher, it might have hurt Fabio rather than just buzz him. Oh.
Yeah.
This is going to go points, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I mean, Warrington's done a better job than what Conlon did, but bloody hell. Or is Khan just this good? Is that awkward? You just can't get a clean shot on him?
I think the awkwardness comes into it because he's always moving around, isn't he? I mean, I don't know. I think Josh Warrington 3 or 4 years ago would have stopped him.
I think Josh Warrington 3 or 4 years ago wouldn't have gone marauding forward as much. I know he's a front foot fighter and he's aggressive, but he's not doing anything tactical. He's just ploughing forward and putting.
The only thing it's told me, Jay, is that Warrington Conlon's just going to be a tear up.
Oh, he's going to have to be.
It's just two guys that are way past their best.
Yeah. White Chisora too.
Yeah. Weatherspoon's job.
Don't need a venue. Just let him go at it in car park. In jeans.
Hi, Derek. Hope you're well. My friend, thanks for tuning in.
No,
I wouldn't say. I think that's a bit harsh on Joe, to be fair.
I think Joe's better than Fraser.
Yeah, Joe's more accomplished by far. One of
the best sparring matches I've ever seen in my life was those two in Sheffield. GB. One of the best sparring sessions I've ever seen.
I've said this before, but Clark's biggest downfall is the fact he waited 3 Olympic cycles, then plus the extra year because of COVID.
Yeah.
Was behind AJ, was behind Joe Joyce, got offered to turn pro. Eddie offered to sign him after both 2012 and 2016 Olympics. Said no, he wanted to stay. Then he had the extra year because of COVID. So he done 13 years waiting for an Olympic Games to come around?
Yeah, way too late. I think we said that on
Yeah, I think we have said that, but it's a valid point to make, especially because you brought up Joe Joyce. He waited.
Absolutely. Listen, heavyweights historically go on longer, and some of them into the late 30s, early 40s, but they've normally started before 30 odd.
Oh yeah,
not turned over at 30 odd. And he had that. He's still got some of that amateur style ingrained in him. That he boxes off the jab, point scoring. As Sam said, he doesn't hit hard. Is he leaving something in sort of behind, taking an edge off it without realizing it subconsciously? Because in amateurs they very rarely get knocked out.
He's that tuned into that style because he's done it for so long.
Is he subconsciously not planting his feet or letting his power go with his shots? Because he's a lump, isn't it?
Oh, he is.
He's 19 stone 10 for tomorrow. Like, you'd expect that to carry some serious power, but
doesn't.
No, it doesn't, mate. It absolutely doesn't. Tete is as well the type of opponent you don't look good against. I mean, yes,
he's awkward.
Dubois did. He got rid of him inside a round, but how much did Dillian White struggle with him in December? And that's obviously one of his most recent fights.
Dubois doesn't play with his food, though, like the rest of them do. He'll get you out.
Has Joshua fought Tete as well?
No, don't think so. His only losses are to White and Dubois, I think.
Ah, right.
I think. All of his other fights have been in Africa, I think. The Ghana is from.
Do you know what? I know this is mad because they're not in the same weight division. I'm just probably thinking of Zolani Tete that I've seen box more, and I'm thinking of the name Tete that I recognise it more.
Back in the day, Zolani Tete.
Yeah.
Flattened Paul Butler.
Yeah. Paul Butler called him a bum and then proceeded to get absolutely... I was there. As not part of Team Butler, but I was there supporting Paul. I know Paul, so... I was there, yeah. That was not a good night for Paul Butler.
Yeah, he did. Derek, he fought him last time out. Fought Dillian. What's his name? Tete. Keep want to call him Zolani Tete now.
Yeah, no, I've said that.
Stuck in my head.
That's coming out on the watch along tomorrow.
yeah. Great job by Zolani Tete.
Someone will write in comments, wow, I didn't know he'd gone up 13 weight divisions.
He's been bulking for the last 5 years for this opportunity again.
Jesus, someone give us that Tete workout plan.
Didn't Tete end up fighting... I think he fought Inoue, did he not? Or was that Richard Comey that fought Inoue?
No, Richard Comey fought like Teo and Loma.
Lomachenko, that's it, yeah.
No, who did Tete? Tete got ironed out fairly recently. I can't remember who it was by though.
Knocking on a bit though, I think, in his late 30s, isn't it?
Right, round 9 or 10 in this one. Eddie doesn't look overly interested. He's chatting away to Kell Brook, trying to get him back out of retirement.
Mr. Bridges.
Mr. Bridges. Lost to Kuzmin on points. Good dropped after the White fight. Yeah, we're chatting.
Yeah, that not being on BoxRec even still now is a strange one.
Yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? They haven't been nullified, has it? No contest or something like that.
In Russian. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's just half an hour of your life you're not going to get back. Really,
I know.
I was kind of hoping Josh would go out there and just do it.
Well, he started like he was just going to stop him, and he's just made hard work of it.
Yeah, it's just not gone the way it looked like it was going after 3 or 4 rounds.
Yeah, like they're going to do that Conlon fight, but where does it happen?
Belfast. Well, it depends who wins the purse bids. If Wasserman win it, we'll land in Belfast. If Matchroom win it, we'll get it in Leeds.
That's true.
I think
there's no way Dave Allen's filled that scorecard in. He can only count to 5. Who's filled last 4 rounds in for him?
I think commercially they could do it in like Manchester as well, kind of like Frampton and Warrington fought in Manchester, didn't they?
3 or 4 years.
Carl Frampton said New York. Were any of you watching the broadcast? And Frampton was like, "Yeah, you could do that in New York."
Well, that's because of how long Conlon fought over there the first 10, 11 fights of his career.
Not unless you do it on 17th of March next year.
Yeah, but
Absolutely
at the
not.
same time, even the theatre at MSG, I'm sorry, but a washed Warrington versus a washed Conlon's doing about 400 tickets in MSG.
No chance. No chance.
It will land over here. It will land over here. It's just whether it's Belfast or Leeds.
Yeah, well, Leeds is only what, 8,000? Is it 10 at most?
Yeah, it's
Yes,
like
it's
8 and
that
9.
one
The arena
standard.
in Leeds, yeah.
They've got that. It's an O2, I
They
think.
done Cattrall Taylor too in there, didn't they?
Yeah,
Did
first direct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's only small.
Well, the Odyssey in Belfast.
The Odyssey's about the same as that, I think.
Yeah, so that would
it wouldn't do more than 8 or 9,000.
No
Not
chance
anymore.
it wouldn't.
Well,
No.
the only way it could is if it was in Leeds, it would probably do more than that. If they wanted to, I don't know if they couldn't do it anywhere bigger than that arena though in Leeds. Could they?
I'm not. Listen.
Stadium.
Yeah, Josh Warrington, he gets a lot of the football lot there, but they all got behind him for his world title. Big nights, he's not going to get that kind of support for just a fight. I'm telling you now, he's not.
They'd have to do Headingley, not Ellen Road. They'd have to do Wedded on the Lara fight.
Yeah, they couldn't do Ellen. They couldn't do Ellen Road. No chance.
But even then, I reckon they'd struggle with Headingley.
Yeah, just do it at first direct, like you said.
Yeah,
you safe bet there with 8 to 10.
And that sells, and that sells. 8-10,000 is probably where they're at in their career now. That's the marking point for it.
Yeah, I agree, Luca. I think Matchroom would do that because logistically they're more equipped than Wasserman to hold that fight, aren't they? But look, Conlon's got to get through that Euro title fight as well.
I don't think he does. And
apparently the date's about next week.
I've only seen the kid. Say that again, Liam.
Wasserman have said that announcing that Conlon.
They're announcing it next week.
So see where it lands when it's going to be. You can guarantee it's a Friday night. That's one thing you can put money on. It will be a Friday night job.
Guarantee it's Friday night in Channel 5. That's the two guarantees. Don't know what
Another knockdown, nice slip.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. You're on about Derek. Yeah, the way that Kuzmin fought Tez. Yeah, looks probably just money, isn't it?
I've never seen two guys throw 50 punches each and miss 50 punches each.
Yeah, I have. Just outside Wetherspoon.
Yeah, I meant professional fighters. Fucking, I think I've done that myself. Let alone watching it.
It's Jay after the Christmas party.
Yeah, done it on Misfits a few times.
Mate, that's every Misfits fight.
My computer's still on 25%. Anybody on? They can't afford me Misfits. I had to take in 10 bags to fight.
What's your number?
50 grand.
Is that your number?
That's my number. Yeah, 50.
No, but Wakey White is fighting 5 1-minute rounds.
They get 10 grand. They're not
5
1-minute
rounds. I'd fight 5 1-minute rounds, no problem.
For 10 grand.
Rounds.
I wouldn't do it for 10 grand.
I'm not
no
for 10.
chance.
No, I fight Golovkin for 5 1-minute rounds for 100 grand.
I fight Wakey Wines in Wakefield tomorrow for no fat get. He can't fight. Sausage.
Clip that. Pack of chewing gum.
Clip that. That's true shit. I can be in Wakefield in 20 minutes.
Wakey Wines.
But no, apparently some of the pay on those is like 5 and 6s, but the average is 10 for lower down the card.
Surprise me at all. Josh Warrington's well on his way to victory.
It's over.
Yeah,
it's done.
Josh Warrington by a landslide.
Yeah, Josh Warrington's going to win.
You got 50 grand, Derek? Because I've just said that's my number. I'm not fighting you for free unless. Well, where are you? I'll buy you if you're in UK.
East coast of the US, Derek.
All right. Good luck getting me a visa.
Yeah, Warrington for a shutout here, boys.
I don't actually think I'd do it for any amount of dough. That'd be stupid.
25, Derek.
I would fight Jay for 25. I mean, yeah. That's a lot of money to get knocked out. 25 grand.
I knew it was coming.
It had to come.
Yeah, no, I definitely know that, Luca.
Good evening, Sol.
Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
Soul's Burner's going to be in the chat in a minute.
Thanks for joining us.
Soul against Fraser Clark.
God forbid the day that Soul's on here.
I know.
Mute.
JFT
Might just
will
pop
be
up
missing.
in the chat like Paul Venice.
Oh God.
Who was the other one? Reese Edwards popped in, didn't he? Is
Yeah.
it Reese Edwards, the one who fought McGrail? Yeah. He commented saying, I hope you lads enjoy on the watch along we did for him and McGrail. I hope you boys enjoyed that as much as I did. Class.
Derek's disappeared. He's off shadowboxing, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's
Derek started
25
camp. He started camp.
Right, so
Waterloo in that.
99 to 89, 99 to 90, 97 to 91 for Josh.
Yeah, I mean, he won pretty much every round, didn't he? There was spurts of that fight that were closer somewhat, and Khan put up a good account of himself. That security guard is at the end of his tether with them. You see them lunatic kids?
Yeah.
Fuming.
Look, put it this way: I'm not in a rush to see Josh back again.
No.
Do your Conlon fight for your retirement pot, and then
There he is. Look, Derek is doing star jumps.
He's drinking 3 raw eggs, Rocky style.
All right. All that's left to do is see Dalton Smith.
Me and Derek can fight and eliminate. Yeah, there you go. That's the JFT money stakes. He's the money fight.
The
Final
JFT.
eliminator.
Come on, boys. You can't come straight at the big dog. Fucking hell. Fight each other first.
Hey, Jay, who you pay? The big question is who you're paying the 3% to? The IBA.
IBO, man.
The IBA or the WBF?
I am bin green belt all day.
The IBO?
All day.
Yeah. I reckon, mate, if you made a run at it, the IBO would become one of the recognised championships.
If I won it, if I were representing them, then they would. But I'm not coming out of retirement. I ain't lost a fight for 35 years. And had a fight for 35 years, and I'd lost that one. So, yeah.
Love it.
No, I don't think I'd do it for it. I don't think I'd have a public boxing match like that, just in case I got knocked. I don't think my ego could take it.
I do Misfits if it ever became.
If it was big money, yeah. If it was
just
big
to get a
money,
bit of notoriety for the channel. That's what I'd take a filling in to get a bit of notoriety for the channel.
Right. Well, I'll see what I can do.
Mams follows me on X. I messaged him once, but he never come back.
Oh,
not putting my name in that. I'll put yours in.
I could fight for an African title like Jay's, mate. I'm eligible for an African title, brother. Don't worry about me. I can fight for the English, the British, the Irish, and African.
Yeah, JV Patel on Misfits. Now, honestly.
In some Hungarian sports centre somewhere, me and Prince Patel.
Jay versus Prince Patel in a car park in the middle of absolute nowhere.
He wouldn't fight me. He would not fight me. The only chance he's got.
Would you fight Patel? Genuine hand on heart, would you fight Patel?
In a fucking heartbeat.
What a fight? How much?
Or boxing?
Oh, yeah, like like in a sanction.
Yeah, 20 grand, 20, 30 grand.
Yeah,
he's
only I was going to laugh if you're like, yeah, I'd fight him for nothing.
No, I thought you meant fight. I'd fight him for no. Like, on the cobbles, mate. Blood, guts, and thunder.
Like the Cobra.
John Fury.
He's a little twerp, yeah. He's a little twerp. He's trying to get Amir Khan to fight him now.
No, I saw that. He was going back. I couldn't even be asked bringing it up. He was going back and forth with his brother. I saw it.
Saying he was Hindu-phobic. Said he was Hindu-phobic.
Mate, honestly, Derek, Misfits would have anybody on. They would have anybody. I'm telling you.
Absolutely. When I saw Wakey Wines were fighting some TikToker.
That's all it is. People on TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think
but it gets views.
I don't think they're that big on small-time YouTubers, but...
We bring the numbers, boys. We bring the numbers.
Yeah. To be fair, look, if we can make some momentum, boys, I'm happy enough to start a JFT for Misfits campaign if I can
get me on there, man. Get me on there.
I know Luke.
I'll tell you
will
what,
see
though,
that.
Josh's hair is, you need another flight, brother. I think that's why he's come back, because that hairline is looking thin.
Oh, I love it. Oh dear, right, boys. We may as well wrap this
We're swapping
one up.
over.
Yeah,
See you in
Misfits have had a
5.
promo in this video. Thanks for the entertainment, Derek, Luca, Pat, and who else joined us for this one? Mad
Liam's
Mitch
fallen
was there,
over.
wasn't he?
Yeah, Mitch popped in. He'll be watching at home.
Yeah, thanks guys for tuning in, Jay Liam, and we'll be back shortly for the Dalton Smith main event. I don't think that's going the full distance, but you never know.
Derek, I'll see you. Derek, I'll see you. The gloves are off.
The gloves are off. Yeah, that's him, Derek. Yeah,
You'll have to host it, boys. You twos can be the Adi.
Oh, we're hosting, mate. Don't worry about that.
You'll have to host it.
Yes, as long as the SW Fight Hub YouTube gets the exclusive, it's all good.
Look at us, lads.
Big up, Derek. Thank you very much. Appreciate you as always, my friend. If you're around, we'll be back in 5 minutes for the main event.